Hi everybody, I'm Brianna and welcome here for my Litha video. I am sitting under my favorite maple tree and I said in my Beltane video that I would love to film all of my Sabbath videos under this tree so that we could see her cycle with the wheel of the year, and so I'm trying to do that, and so here we are. She is in total full bloom. Wow, so Beltane this was the most powerful Beltane season that I have ever experienced. It was literally from as soon as the season shifted into Beltane, so many things started to shift in my life in a way that was really setting me onto this really purposeful path. The wind is here. I just feel more myself than ever before. I feel that I am embracing my power and my purpose more than ever before. I have been on a purposeful path for many years, but since Beltane, things have really shifted for me, and I've been going through a lot of spiritual initiations, intentionally and unintentionally, and so I have a lot to share about what is going on in the world right now. So Litha is the time of the year where the sun is reaching its peak and the earth is reaching its peak, in the sense that we are about to experience the day with the most daylight and the shortest night. So this is when the sun, the masculine energy, is at its most highest peak. And so you might be experiencing things like a burst of energy to create new foundations for yourself, to really go after your goals, to really take care of your home and your land. This all comes with the kind of summer season, but a lot of that is because the sun is at its peak. Litha is typically June 20th to the 22nd and aligns with the summer solstice. It's also called midsummer and also St. John's Day. But I'm always saying that the Sabbath season, it's a season. So if you're not able to actually celebrate on those couple of days, don't worry about it. It is really powerful to work with the sun during those few days because it is at its peak. But if you're not able to, it's not necessarily a missed opportunity. You have the entire season to work with the powers of Litha. There are also herbs that you can work, or plants that you can work with at this time of the year with midsummer and with Litha. Mugwort, St. John's wort, valerian, lavender, those are some of them. And with oak trees, those are some of the things that are really powerful and potent at this time of the year. And as you may know, if you've been here for a while, mugwort is one of my allies, and I recently came into a ton of mugwort. I now have 3 different kinds of mugwort in my gardens, and so I am really happy about that. She showed up for me in this time, in the Beltane season, and is going to be supporting me through the Litha season, and I just feel so grateful for that. Mugwort is such a beautiful ally to be working with right now, particularly in 2023, because we really want to work with our intuition, listen to our intuition as we are stepping into purposeful paths and stepping into our power in new ways, and mugwort can really assist you with that. Mugwort is a great enhancer for psychic visions, dreams, and really feminine power. And so because the energy of the sun is at its peak, that's the masculine, working with really feminine plants like mugwort is a really great way to create balance within your energetic life and in your energetic space. The earth is really at its most fertile time right now. We have been witnessing lots of fertility on earth in terms of baby animals and our plants coming to life and our trees blooming. This has been just a really fertile time. And fertility doesn't necessarily always just mean physical fertility. It can really mean creation, life force energy. So working with Tantra energy and medicine right now is really powerful to help you use sex magic to manifest the things that you are about to bring into your life. That is really powerful to do right now. And really just spending time in nature to absorb all of that fertility and allow it to influence your creative consciousness. These are really powerful things that you can do this year. I actually received a message at the beginning of the Beltane season that bunnies would really be showing up for me this year. And at first I'm thinking, well, bunnies are always around in the spring, right? You know, there's lots of bunnies all around. But what happened was it was really specific. I rescued 7 baby bunnies, and then a few weeks later I had to rescue another bunny, and I have never in my life had to rescue so many baby bunnies. And so those kinds of things are happening right now that are really specific to your journey. Signs and synchronicities are really powerful right now, and that is because a lot of us are stepping into our power in a way that is really elevating our intuition and our knowing and our connection with the earth and with the universe. So there's just a lot happening right now that is really uplifting us towards our highest good and towards our highest self and our highest purpose. And so that is what's happening during this Litha season. And so let's talk about 5 ways that you can honor Litha, particularly with all of this energy forecast coming our way. So let's dive into those 5 ways to celebrate Litha this year. Tip number 1 is to cut karmic ties. Many of us were called to release karmic ties and release outdated patterns and release the past during the Beltane season. But these were really deep-rooted karmic ties. These are really long-term relationships. These are long-term connections. These are long-term addictions and attachments that we have been called to release during the Beltane season. And because those roots were so deep, they're coming back up again. They are showing up in new ways. Maybe you tried to release a karmic tie with a person from your past and it's just not going away. And so my recommendation here is to don't continue giving it your energy. If the karmic tie comes back in, don't give it your energy. Continue forging on with your purposeful path and just know that you have released that energy and you no longer need to give it your energy. There are a lot of relationships coming to an end right now because people are realizing that they cannot allow their energy to be misplaced anymore. The sun is at its peak, but there is also a peak ascension happening on Earth right now, and people that are meant for greater things, meant to arise to their highest good, are really stepping into that path. And that is looking a lot like releasing karmic relationships, romantic relationships, friendships, work relationships. Things are really shifting right now. These are really things that really keep us founded in our kind of muggle life. And so as we ascend into our highest good, those things are really transforming so that we can have new opportunities come in and align us with a higher path and a higher purpose. So do what you need to do, say what you need to say, take the action that you need to take to release karmic ties and karmic cords. Do the cord cutting. It is so important because where you're going, you need to release the past and you need to release that karma, but now you need to really cut the cord with those really deep-rooted karmic connections, because what is waiting for you is everything that you have ever dreamed about, and I promise you that that is what is about to enter into your reality. Tip number 2 is to step into your purpose, step into your power. So through the Beltane season, you likely were experiencing a lot of shedding. And that goes along with the first part of the karmic ties, but a lot of shedding. You're probably purging a lot of things from your house. You're rethinking the way that you work, how many hours you work. You're rethinking the way that you connect with nature and with the world around you. You're rethinking narratives about things that are being told to you in the world. There's a lot of restructuring happening right now so that you can carve the path into stepping into your purpose. This might look like new opportunities coming your way, things that you either created intentionally, new opportunities that you're creating for yourself, or the universe is gifting you these new opportunities, new connections, new mentorships, new workplace situations, new financial abundance. There is just so many things that are guiding you into your highest potential, and so it's really important to pay attention to those things and say yes. It's just a really great time to recognize what your higher purpose is and to take action towards that. So do that work. It is really, really important, and you are fully supported by the masculine energy right now. The masculine energy being foundations, protection, support, reaching goals, and making moves. These are things that are supporting you right now. These are ways that the universe and nature is supporting you right now, the way that the sun is supporting you right now. So just know that you're not alone. There is a whole collective of people right now going through this at the same time, and the sun and the earth is here to support you. Tip number 3 is to do your shadow work. There are a few times of the year where there are really opportune times to do your shadow work, and that is because the earth and the universe are really supporting you as you do it. And Litha is one of those times, and that is because of the sun energy. The sun is in its full power right now, and the sun can really help you as you are illuminating your shadows and reclaiming them. And the sun really helps you to alchemize that energy and allow you to become the most authentic version of yourself. So do your shadow work at this time of the year, and I have a video on shadow work, what it is and how to do it, so please check that out. It's really important that you do this for yourself as well. Doing shadow work at Litha means that you have more opportunities to do your shadow work and be more self-aware while you're in nature. There's more daylight, so you have more time to go outside after work, and there is just more opportunities to be with nature and be supported by nature as you are doing your shadow work. Okay, the last 2 points are really fun. The first few were like doing the work. This is the fun stuff. So tip number 4 is to do fairy magic. Fairy magic is so potent with Litha, and that's because the earth is really blooming. It's warm out, there's just a lot of activities going on, and fairies really love all of these things. Fairies love to gather, they love to have feasts, they love music, they love dance, they love to celebrate, they love the earth, they love the blooming trees and flowers, and fairy magic is just so potent at this time of the year, and fairies can be really great allies for us. Fairy magic is not necessarily something for beginners. And I say that because fairies can be tricksters. When you're working with fairies, make sure you always offer something in return. Whether you're leaving a little bit of food out, you're gifting them music, use your voice and your instruments. Release energy from your body through dance, ecstatic dance, somatic work. Do that kind of stuff as an offering to the fairies. And the things that you can work with in terms of fairies is bringing more magic into your life. Maybe there's an opportunity that you are hoping will reach you. You can ask the fairies to support you through that. So definitely do a bit of research on what fairy magic means, because it is not to be taken lightly. You don't want to do something with fairies that will actually create a backtrack in a sense. You want to make sure that you are really honoring the fairies as you seek their magic. But if you're looking to just maybe experience the essence of fairy magic and you're not really looking to like cast fairy magic, things that you can do are really spending time with wildflowers and with the herbs that I mentioned, the plants that are really potent with Litha, like mugwort, St. John's wort, lavender, and vervain. And you could just really spend time with those plants and get to a place of understanding their essence. Fairies really appreciate that, and fairies will share their magic and their beauty with you through the grounding and the peace that you will experience as you learn to bring those essences into your space and into your life. That is one way that fairies can show up for you. So please definitely do your research on fairy magic and learn what this really means for you and how to work with fairy magic. But just know that Litha is a really beautiful and powerful time to invoke fairy magic and to experience fairy magic. So tip number 5, the last tip of this Litha, is to worship the sun. You probably saw this one coming because the sun is at its strongest and it has so much to offer us, and so intentionally worshiping the sun is really, really beautiful. So just basically worship the sun in the sense that you are allowing the sun's energy and power and magic to charge you and the things in your life, the things that you're consuming, and just let that energy heal you. Don't be afraid of the sun. That is the takeaway of this point. The sun is healing. The sun is magic. The sun is power, and absorbing that power is actually really powerful for your spirit, for the evolution of your soul, for the health of your physical body. You can also use the sun to make sun teas and absorb the sun's energy through the tea, and then of course drink the tea. So to do that, you would just put your herbs and maybe your water safe crystals like quartz, rose quartz, in a clear glass container, set it out in the sun, and bring it in before the sun goes down. And so that is something that I'm making for my Litha gathering. You can also use the sun to charge your amulets, your personal belongings like your crystals, maybe your jewelry. This is my sun necklace. I recently discovered this in my childhood jewelry box. I wore this when I was a little girl, and I only take it off when I go in the shower because it's clay. And so I could charge this, and it is a representation of my inner union with my masculine. And so that's something that you can do. You can use the sun to charge your personal belongings. So that is the end of this Litha video. I hope that you enjoyed this. Again, there's just so much swirling in the world right now, and all of it is really just boosting you up into your highest timeline. And so if you are already on a spiritual path, or you feel that you are emerging onto a spiritual path, this is the time to take action. Deprogram yourself, unlearn, do your shadow work, release attachments and addictions, say yes to new opportunities, create new opportunities for yourself, and witness the magic and the beauty of the entire universe and of nature that is springing up all around you. There is just so much beauty at this time of the year, and because of what's happening energetically and spiritually, I think a lot of us are just experiencing this heart activation in a way that hasn't happened on Earth in a long time. There is a serious heart activation happening on Earth, and we can really use this Litha and the sun to really amplify those feelings and that energy to move us into our highest timeline. And I will see you back under this tree for my next Sabbath video, and I hope to see you again. And please leave a comment below about what is happening within you energetically and how you are celebrating Litha. There's endless opportunities and endless things that you can do to celebrate each Sabbath, and I love learning from you. So please let me know, connect with me in the comments, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.